Thanks, Ray. And Kevy Clark off the score sheet so far for Heathmont. It's got to get into the game if they're going to have a chance. Talked about 58 goals on the year, yet to score one here this afternoon. Powell wins the tap. Here's Callanan. Been good so far here for Ringwood. He was tackled strongly. Kick there from Davis in towards centre half forward. Flying up there for Heathmont. Well, couldn't take the mark. Brereton manages to come down with a loose foot. He turns and kicks in the direction of Bowden in the forward pocket. The ball evades him and Regan Davis and goes over for a boundary throw-in.
What I like about the way they played, they knew exactly when he got the ball there and he knew turn, put it into the pocket, there'll be someone there. That's really good structures.
Boundary throw-in comes in. Naina out-dueled there by Jordanov. Ball swatted out of mid-air. In the footy there is Callan, and he got brought to ground. He gets the hand pass out now, trying to swoop onto it. Here is Jackson for Ringwood. His errant hand pass goes only as far there as Young for Heathmont. Heathmont hemmed in here in their own 50. Can't get the ball out. Appeals for holding the ball, and it's given. Strong tackle applied there by Jordanov, and he's won himself a free kick directly in front, about 45 metres out.
And that's what you want out of your forwards. You want your forwards to work hard. You want your forwards to block the ball in, and you know he's worked really hard to get that free kick, and if he puts it on the scoreboard, it's a perfect start for Ringwood.
He's going to add another 100 metres to the mountain in terms of a climb here for Heathmont if Ringwood goal. Oh, this one, Jordanov line up looking for his first of the afternoon from about 45 out, directly in front. In comes the kick. Well, he sprayed it directly to the left, and it goes all the way over left, touched over the boundary line, boundary throw it. So Heathmont get off the hook there, and they've got to get out of there back 50. This is not where Joel Caldwell would want them to be at all so early here in the second term. In comes the boundary throw. Naina and Jordanov to do the rucking. Jordanov flies over the top, and he's going to fist it through for the minor score. So the first score of the term goes the way of the Ringwood Footy Club, and they just get the one behind. 7-7-49. They lead Heathmont 2 straight 12. We've gone 3 minutes played here, second term Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
So it'll be Davis to bring the ball back in. Plays it to himself, uses the grandstand side. Bruce at every bit of 70 metres there. Breezy's come a long way out from goal, got the handball away. It was chopped off nicely though by Bowden. That was good play. Callanan was in there too. But equally up to the task was Walton. Got it away to English. He's okay on the left boot up towards the Kevy Clark direction. He knocked it forward, then goes after it again, wins his own football. That was fantastic play. Equal to the task though with Cairns with a strong tackle for Ringwood. And there's a ball up about 70 metres out from the Heathmont goal line.
But he was 1 on 4. 1 on 4. Where were the other forwards to help him out then?
Yeah, it beggars belief sometimes, doesn't it, as it comes that quick kick there by Collier. That was okay. It was a percentage kick and it worked out well for them. Jordanov, he just overran the football, but Brereton was there to mop up the pieces, then slams it inside forward 50. Maybe a little bit of holding there on Bowden. He screamed for the free kick. It was actually there. The umpire missed it, and it's gone. It's gone through for a behind, knocked through. So Heathmont fans, they'll breathe a sigh of relief once again, but Ringwood dominating the play at the moment, 7-8-50 to 2 straight goals, 12, as Davis brings the ball back into the middle of the ground. Over the top of all players, they'll get another chance here, Ringwood, potentially, but Rourke got the handball over the top. Now here's English, who want to switch inside and use the left. Instead, he goes back to Rourke on the right boot, up towards the half-forward line where Clark takes it. He's still 2 kicks from goal, inside forward 50. Here he goes, he needed to hit the target, and he did just that. Ryan Young came out and took it. He'll have to kick it from just outside the 50, but it's important he goes back and tries to slot this. It's crossed down boundary side to Ray Baird.
Very clever play by Kevin Clark. Then he come forward, he turned around, he ran full pace towards the goal. His opponent took off and then he just doubled back. Very clever.
So Ryan Young, well, he's almost directly in front. If he's confident that he can kick the distance, this one should go through, and it does just that. It snuck in at the last moment. Fantastic kick there, and Heathmont get the goal that they've been searching for, and they've been kicking straight, and that's in their favour. 3 straight 18, but they trail Ringwood 7-8-50, a margin of 32 points, Davo.
And that was all through the combination of Rourke and English, who are both experienced players for them. English has so far been involved in every play that they've been able to get out of defence so far, so he's just a key. They've just got to get the ball into his hands as often as they possibly can.
Blackburn leading Baldwin by 8 points, 8 minutes into the second term.
So here comes the ball up. Naina wins the tap down. It goes onto the deck. Young, who just kicked the last one, got a kick forward. English trying to swoop onto a loose footy here at half forward here for Heathmont. His hands finds Hendricks, but he couldn't get an effective handball out. Picked up out of midair there by Collier. Got brought to ground. Young's in there again for Heathmont. Loose footy. No one can swoop on it. Knowles gets tackled there, trying to get the handball out. And Ringwood trying to get a nice tackle there by Young. And he holds it there to the chest of Atwell. And we'll get a ball up dead on centre half forward. Directly in front now here for Heathmont. So 7-8-50 plays 3 straight 18 as the tap comes down there from Power. The kick,
nice.
Clearing kick out of defence there by Ringwood. It comes back out now in towards the centre square, and it's all Heathmont. Here's Spurrell now. His kick goes in towards centre half forward. Plenty of players flying, but straight out of the chest of Kevin Clark at the back of the pack, and he takes the mark. 45 out directly in front.
And this is exactly the way that Ringwood played the first quarter. They got the ball in there really quickly with look, that time they weren't under as much pressure with their kick. And, Clark's just a clever footballer.
It's a definition of being a clever footballer. They're just sitting off and saying, will it carry?
So here's the kick from Clark, and it is true, straight through the middle. That's 2 straight now this afternoon here for Heathmont in this second term. They are 4 straight 24. They lead Ringwood 7-8-50, and that's his 59th goal of the season for Kevin Clark. He waited a while to get on the score sheet, but he has done now at a crucial juncture of the game, gentlemen.
Something Heathmont have changed up this quarter, Davo, is that they're not trying to beat Ringwood in close around stoppages. They're trying to tap the ball clear of the stoppage and let it run into space. And that's actually working for them in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Ringwood have actually beaten them at the coalface when the ball's been in tight. When the ball's clear of the pack shooing around stoppages, Heathmont are starting to get a little bit of ascendancy in that situation.
Throws the ball aloft. It'll be Power versus Naina. A big fly that time by Naina. A fresh air shot, so Power got a quick toe poke on the football. Going after it, there was Knudsen. He couldn't take it. Out it comes now to Walton on the right boot, up towards the half-forward line. Got a handle on it. There was Greg. Kevy Clark came in to had some support. Spurns was there, got the handball away. Quick kick inside forward 50. It might go the way of English. He's on the left. English can put through a goal, and Heathmont are well and truly back into this game. Brent English, he's the star of the side, and he's up and about, and so are the Heathmont Football Club. They are kicking very straight. Margin back to only 20 points. The Jets 5 straight 30. They're still trailing though. Ringwood 7-8-50. Let's cross down to Tim Fitzsimon's boundary side.
Yeah, I don't think it's any surprise at how Heathmont have lifted in this quarter, because English and Clark are really starting to get on top. They're probably their 2 most important players, and they're getting it done for them at the moment.
That was just a class finish, Davo, from Brett English. A real contender for the Vibro goal of the day there.
Oh, look, when he's going, he's a very hard man to stop. I can't believe Naina. I think he's misread the ruck tap out 5 or 6 times. He's just got to get his run right. I know he's up against a tall player, but he's missed it by a mile every time. It's a bit better.
That was a bit better there from Naino. He wins his own tap down too, gets his hand pass out, picked up by Jackson for Ringwood. He gets wrapped up as he got a hand pass away. In comes Hendricks. Now here for Heathmont. His kick was smothered off the boot, picked up now here by Power. A kick up towards the centre wing area. Jordanov's in there versus Davis. He did well to win the footy and get the kick up now here towards the half-back flank. As far as Heathmont are concerned, Clark in a foot race gets pushed, perhaps in the back, but no, says the umpire, and we'll get a boundary throw in.
The Ringwood player down there in the centre of the ground looks in a really bad way. Hasn't moved at all. I'm starting to get up to his feet now, but doesn't look in a good way at all. We'll
get some details boundary side in a moment. As the ball trying to burst through there again was Knowles for Heathmont. He's pretty well gift wrapped, and we'll have a ball up.
Looks like Mitch Jackson.
Yeah, took a pretty... He got collected as he got the handball away, as the tap comes down there from Naina. On the deck now here at Ringwood, smothered off the boot there by Abrazizi. The kick in towards the goal square, and it was just to the right. I think that was English with another shot. Jono Knudsen, thanks very much. And
Knudsen.
Knudsen. Someone's trolling me.
Hashtag just saying.
5-1-31 to Heathmont.
I've written it phonetically for everybody.
They trail Ringwood 7-8-50. Shades of Di Stefano last week as the kick comes in towards our forward line. It's taken here by Rourke for Heathmont. 50 metres out. The kick comes in and it's just to the left, and another minor score. 5-2-32 for Heathmont. 2 points in about as many kicks. They trail 7-8-50 Ringwood. And let's go down to Ray Baird, boundary side.
I tell you what, in this quarter, the Heathmont faithful, they really put some noise down here.
Must have his hearing aids on to hear it.
Player just asking Ringwood to move the ball on as they bring the ball back in. And it was Strong mark taken out by Farmer, who's worked himself well and truly into the back line across the defensive arc for Ringwood. Short passes on, that is barely travelled the required distance, but nonetheless the umpires paid it. They switch the play and they'll use the grandstand side here because they do have the numbers. McCann waiting out wide, that's Anthony, and his kick was an absolute shocker off the boot, right in front of the Heathmont bench, who saluted that one.
Really marked by Tim Fodia, that one.
Oh, who's Tim Fodia? There's Matt Fodia and Tim Fitzsimons, mate. As it comes out now, Knudsen goes up towards the half-forward line.
That's his maiden name.
Lockie's Ferns in the Jesus-like headband. Sets the ball inside 450. A breeze goes up. He couldn't quite pull the mark down. Savoury at the bottom of the pack. Swings around on the left. Kicks it across the face of goal. It's a bouncing football. Which way will it go? Heathmont will be hoping that it trickles over. Eventually it did Shane Wand wrong and into the behind post. And over the boundary line she goes. Grant Campbell, some stats that matter thanks to Choose Tap.
Inside 50s this quarter, 8-2 in favour of Heathmont. English with 4 disposals for the quarter, 13 for the match.
Power and Savoury. Power had the front spot. Knudsen was in there. Couldn't quite trap it. Nicely done there by Macklin for Ringwood. Kicked the ball out wide. Overrunning the football there was Jordan off, and now it's another chance for the Jets to go forward. Inside they go. A big fly though in the front spot from Nathan Cant. That was an absolute ripper mark, and now they do have some numbers out wide. He kicks it out towards the half back line. It's a bouncing football. Who's going to win this race? And a short pass is on where McCann takes a mark. He wants to handball it off. It's the old 1-2 up towards the half forward line. It's a 2-on-1 situation. David's got the spoil, charging in there. Alistair Knudsen got it away to Rourke. Handball in wide. Now it comes into the arms there of Jono Knudsen. Had a bounce on the right boot. He goes inside 450 looking for Clark. He had the front spot. Callanan overran the football. Over the top of it there was Knowles. He got picked up and wrapped up like a present, and we'll have a bounce about centre half forward for the Heathmont Football Club. They are peppering at the moment, only trailing by 3 goals. It's game on. It's exactly what we're after here. Naina got the knockdown, but a clearance to Ringwood. The kick goes out wide. Who's going to lead this foot race? It comes out towards Brereton. Will he keep the ball alive for the Redbacks? He does. Then he sends it up towards the half forward line. Jordan off was a big flyer. It was knocked over the top of him. Sparrow was there. Farmer copped one in the back. The umpire set play on. Nicely done there though by Sparrow. Handball over the top. Found Knudsen of the Alistair variety. Goes back towards Gerald Sparrow. He keeps the ball alive. That was great play. Handball over the top. They're still doing all right. Here's Tommy Rourke. He's had a fair bit of the football on the right boot. Will he keep it alive? He will. He kicks it inside forward 50 and over she goes for a boundary throw in.
That was great work from Heathmont to keep that ball alive, particularly there from Sparrow. As we have a boundary thrown inside the forward 50 now here for Heathmont. About 12 minutes played here in the second term. Winning the tap down there was Power again for Ringwood. Trying to get on the footy there was English, but he's got a tackler there to shake Ian Grieg. And let's go boundary side here to Tim Fitzsimons. Thanks, Tim, as the ball comes back on the centre half forward line. Trying to get it out there was Burmeister for Ringwood, but no one can affect anything. We'll have a ball up.
They just can't get the ball out and spread at the moment, Ringwood, and that's been a good effort from Heathmont to lock it down.
As Savoury won the tap, but Ringwood won the footy. The ball comes out. Nice mark taken there by Jared Sparrow here on centre wing for Heathmont. Elects to play on, puts the kick right back in towards the full forward line. Plenty of flyers. Oh, great mark taken over the back there by Cairns. And, well...
2 in a row for him.
Yeah, Kevin Clark thought it was play on.
Just a quick score update from Baldwin versus Blackburn, and it's the Burners leading by 9.17 minutes into the second term.
Well, Gus McLeod won't be able to contain himself as in comes the kick in towards centre half back now here. As Heathmont, though, it's all Heathmont. But Sparrow one did well to win the footy. Kicks in towards the direction of full forward, and a great mark taken there by Knowles. And we're going to have a direct shot, a stretch shot straight in front here for David Knowles, and a chance to make it the 6th goal of the afternoon here for Heathmont. Let's go down to Ray Bed.
Play by Jared Sparrow then. Look, he's had a lot of the ball in the last 5 minutes, but just on that occasion, he could have blazed away, but no, a little chip kick to his left.
So here comes Knowles on the right boot, and he's put it to the right, and not the result Heathmont were looking for. Just the minor score, 5-3-33. They trail Ringwood 7-8-50, 15 minutes gone, second term. Peter Bed.
I really need to capitalise on those.
Yeah, the momentum swayed their way. They've got to put those ones through.
That was very poor. Like, missed it by a long way.
Kick goes out wide, a big fly over the top there by Collier, couldn't take the mark. The Jets have the numbers at the back. The handball goes in towards the middle where Sindri had it. They're going backwards to go forward. Now it's in the arms of Davis on the right boot up towards the half-forward line. Couldn't quite trap it, was Collier for the Redbacks. It came out the back though. That was okay by Whack up towards the half, to the middle of the ground where he'll go after it again. Owned his own football. In the middle they go. Breaking the shackle there was Jackson, and then he got pinged again. Yelgonski. The umpire said play on. You've got to give advantage there. Sindri was going into the direction of Clark, but he's going to call it back.
It probably ended up being all right because there's a pretty ordinary kick into the forward line then. So, but I mean, they should have called it on.
I'd say it's really interesting to see Heath wants tackling pressure increase. I'd be interested if you got a stat on that, Grant Campbell.
They're actually trailing the tackles this quarter 10-7, but
Walton kicked it into the middle where Sparrow just coughed it up in the end. Farmer came in and might have thrown it away, the umpire said.
Dusty Martin too high.
Oh, was it a high tackle in the end, was it? So
yeah, don't argue.
Jack Cornwell, so the painted right side of his body, kicks it up towards, well, it's almost on the half-forward line. He's spotted up his teammate there in Ryan Young, and they're just happy just to slow things down. Goes back to Davis. Davis might have a ping from here. Davis goes for goal, and he slams it through. I reckon it's got the legs. That's the vibro goal at A so far in this match, and Heathmont are coming 16 minutes into their second term of the Division 3 Grand Final. It's excitement plus out here at East Burwood, 39-50. It's only an 11-point margin. Let's cross down boundary side to Raybed.
What's really noticeable this quarter is the pressure that Heathmont are putting around on the person with the ball. But look, not only that, their confidence is lifted.
And there are three names we haven't called this quarter, and they are Atwell, Blythe, and Callanan. And they were the three stars in the first quarter.
Absolutely.
As Power wins the tap down now, in comes but Ringwood through Davis, lost the footy in a pretty strong tackle. Trying to win it there was Brown as well for Ringwood, but it's all Heathmont here as Knudsen moves this one up towards the half-forward line. Good mark taken there by Abraziz, and he'll go back from about 55 out, 65 out indeed. Does Alexa to go by handball instead, gets it over the top, and that handball there to I went over there to Sindri. It's moved out now here by Heathmont in towards the full forward line. Plenty of players there. One of them is Savoury, but a better mark taken here by Ringwood as the ball moved out now here to Cairns. Cairns now in his own back pocket, kicks it up towards half forward. Nice spoil there by Pettigrew for Heathmont. Trying to win the footy, went off his foot, but not on the full. We'll get a boundary throw in.
What a challenge that's been answered by Heathmont in this second term.
Oh, it's been fantastic because we all admitted at quarter time that the game was very much slipping away from Heathmont, and they've got their way right back into it.
Yeah, I thought Casey Donovan was singing in the background there for a while as the ball comes back into play right in front of the Heathmont dugout.
You remind me, I've got to go and do the shopping later too, so just thank you for that.
Comes in now at the bottom of the pack there, King. He was almost caught high, you would have thought, from Tommy Rourke, but the umpire was blindsided to that, and the hand might have been over the shoulder. It wasn't too bad as Naina goes up that time there against Power. It was probably even Steven in that one. Right on there by Jackson. Released the football. Here's Wilkinson for Ringwood. Here's a go for them inside forward 50. Which way's this one going to bounce? Couldn't quite trap the ball there was Ferns. He let himself down. Farmer snap around the body, but he was pushed as he kicked it and out of bounds on the full. It goes. Good pressure there from the Heathmont backs. Well done, Dylan Ferns, to make up for missing that football only moments before. Out of bounds on the full it is, and the ball to be brought back in. 18 and a half minutes gone, and it's an 11-point lead to the Ringwood Football Club. 7-8-50 to 6-3-39. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on 98.1 Radio Eastern and streaming live around the globe on efl.org.au. I've just found out that my horse was an absolute hack today, so out to the paddock it goes for Atlantic Edge. I'm glad I told you boys not to back it.
You have to tell your mortgagee the same story as this one. Moved out now here to Brown here for Ringwood, and he takes the mark here for the half-back flank. Ringwood pumped this one back in towards the forward line and taken there by Atwell. Right inside the 50, turns and plays on quickly in the direction of Bowden, and he takes it inside the forward pocket. A rare inside 50 here for Ringwood in this second term.
One of the toughest spots on the ground to kick a goal. Grant Soupy Campbell, some stats that matter.
Inside 50s, 15-4 this quarter. Ringwood with the last couple, and that was Atwell's first disposal this quarter after having 7 in the first.
Well, there you go. Bowden on the tightest of angles, 45 out. Chance to get a score here for Ringwood and try and snuff out this Heathmont momentum. Here comes the kick. It's to the left and just the minor score. 7-9-51. They lead Heathmont 6-3-39 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 20 minutes played. We're into time on here in the second term. So to bring the footy back in his Pettigrew here for Heathmont. And, not much on offer except maybe Dylan Sferns there in the the back pocket. So he decides to go long out towards centre half back line. Brazizi's there at the flyer, but the ball comes down to the deck here to Collier. He's wrapped up solidly.
He dropped that.
Busting through there was Grierson for Heathmont. Kick out to a vacant centre wing. Cairns is back there for Ringwood. He takes a bouncing footy, centres the footy now in towards centre half back, and the mark taken there by Bowden, who's worked his way all the way back into the centre half back line after taking that last shot. Atwell takes the mark now here in the centre square for Ringwood. Quickly plays on and tries to find his teammate Jackson, who takes the mark and plays on himself. Kicks it in towards the half-back line. The flyer there and a great mark taken by Stephen Brown. And he's about 60 away from goal. He punts this one right in towards the forward line. Farmer's there, but the spoiler's there as well, and it goes over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in.
I like the way Bowden and Farmer both do that. They both drift back every now and again just to hold things up when they need to. It's a really clever ploy that they've got.
Kansas having some sort of a quarter for Ringwood too down back.
As in comes the boundary throw. Ball on the deck, socket off the ground and just on the right side of the boundary, not out on the full. And we'll have a boundary throw in on the half-back flank for Heathmont, far side of the ground. At 22 minutes played now here in this second term. The pendulum has come back towards the centre after swinging well in the direction of Ringwood in that first term, and in comes the boundary throw. Abraziz wins the tap down now here for Heathmont doing the rucking. It's knocked down now here to Jackson for Ringwood. Couldn't get through a sea of traffic. Abraziz tries to find his way through, and so does Young here for Heathmont. His handball out, and Heathmont get it back now here to Young. A little chip kick in towards the centre wing, and the mark taken here by Knudsen. Moves it out now here. Nice short pass here to Hendricks, and out come the Heathmont Footy Club here through Walton. His kick out now here towards the half-back flank. One-on-one contest. Almost winning it there was Colombo. Ball on the deck and getting it now here is Sparrow. His kick in towards the half-forward line. Oh, couldn't win it there. Could Savoury. Nice spoil from behind as Sverns went into a heavy tackle. The kick comes in towards the direction of Kevin Clark. Picks it up off the deck. Gets the hand pass away, but it was to a Ringwood player, and the kick comes out now here, and the mark taken here by Bowden for Ringwood. All Ringwood in the centre of the ground. They've got 3-4 players, and it comes out here to Callanan. Callanan's hands quickly in towards Atwell. His kick in towards the direction there of George Brereton. I had my tongue tied, but Brereton did well. Brereton in. He kicks it, and he's hit the pipe. Oh, did so well there, did Brereton. Had my tongue tied as well. And, well, just a minor score there for Ringwood. It is 7-10-52. They lead Heathmont 6-3-39, and it is 23 minutes gone in the second term.
Last two times the Ringwood have made some good plays starting from the half back line, Davo, and they've worked the corridor. Then they've gone wide and they haven't been able to spot up the target.
Yeah, it's been that last kick inside the 50, whereas in the first quarter they were able to get it in there a bit quicker and they were able to take those marks. They haven't had nearly as many marks inside 50.
Pye throws the ball back in. We'll give that one to Power over a Breeze in the front spot there. Brent English is happy to see that one over. A couple of players going, how about deliberate? Pye's not having a bar of that one. So across the half forward line here for Ringwood. They haven't kicked a goal in this second term. We've gone 23 and a half minutes. Heathmont trailing by 13 points at the moment. A Breeze at the bottom of the pack. He's gone into the ruck contest there. Ball hits the deck. David Knowles is on the bottom there for the Jets. He's happy to hand the ball back to the umpire 50 metres out from the Ringwood goal line. Ball's been thrown aloft. Breeze got the knockdown. That's okay. Little fresh air shot, I think, that time out there by Walton, but it spills out to the Jets into the middle of the ground where Knudsen was there. Little toe poke, he gets it away of the Lachlan variety. Charging through there was Nainer, I should say, and he's going to get pinged for that one. He hit the deck, then he went the deck. It was like the double movement, if we're talking rugby styles there, he did, the big man, and free kick to Ringwood across the half back line. Short passes on Paddy Bowden. He's kicked 2 goals in this first half, so he's happy just to follow the football and be the general at the moment.
They're trying to set up to go through the middle again if they can, but Regan Davis is stopping it.
Cairns Been great across the back line here in the first half for Ringwood. Switched it out wide. Here's Grierson. Swings around on the left up towards the wing position. Blythe was the flyer. He couldn't quite take it, but was up to the challenge to go after it again. Scrambled a kick up towards the half-forward line. Ringwood still look to have the numbers. 50 metres out from goal. The kick goes up towards the farmer direction. And you just know that Trent, if he's one-on-one, he's going to be so difficult to beat. If he can use two hands, that's great. And if he needs to use one, well, he'll do it anyway. And that's what he did that time.
Just protected the drop zone of the ball beautifully with his body, and when he does that, he's just almost unbeatable in that marking contest.
That was magnificent, but I'm real like Regan Davis is coming off now. He was a loose, and he was so lazy getting across, and he had an opportunity and he just jogged across and didn't help out enough, and that's why they got an easy inside.
Goal number 80 to Trent Farmer from the Ringwood Football Club, and it's just what the doctor ordered for the Redbacks as we cross the 25.5-minute mark of this second term in the Division 3 preliminary final today. Ringwood stretch their lead back out to a very handy 19 points, 8-10, 58 to 6-3, 39.
You have those one-on-ones with Farmer. It's pretty hard to stop him, and he just showed his class again with being able to hold off a pretty solid player in Spurns. But you know what? They've got to keep pushing. They need another one here, Heathmont. They've got to get back their quarter ascendancy. Otherwise, they don't want Ringwood to kick another quick one.
So 26 gone here, second term. Nana wins the tap down. Break coming now here for Heathmont as the kick comes in towards centre half forward. Nice fist down there by Cairns. Ball loose. Picked up now here by Savoury, but he had two Ringwood players to deal with, and we'll have a ball up directly in front at centre half forward here for the Heathmont Footy Club. We are well into time on here before half time as Nana won the tap down again, but it went straight here to Ringwood, and well, holding the ball, the call. Good tackle applied there by Knowles. And Heathmont have won themselves a free kick. Nana's going to take it. And well, it looks like he's going to back himself here from about 55, 60 out.
Got to kick the goal now. If you go back and waste this time, he had options available.
So Nana lines up here for Heathmont. The kick is up. It's going slightly to the left, and it is rushed over the line for the minor score. And that brings Heathmont 6-4-40. They trail 8-10, 58 to Ringwood with 27 gone here in the second term. So to bring the ball back in is Cairns, who's had quite the second term, as we've touched on a couple of times. Gets the kick out now here up towards the half-back flank on the far side of the ground. Jordanov got the fist on the footy, and the footy goes over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in.
That was a clever bit of play then. He just, he's behind, put it out of bounds, start again.
So boundary throw in, about 2 kicks from the Heathmont goal. Far side of the ground, Abrazizi to do the rucking here against Power. Power won it, but winning the footy there was Atwell for Ringwood, but got tackled pretty strongly there by Knowles, and we'll have a ball up.
He's been good in the ruck, Abrazizi, when he's gone in. He's been giving them a real contest.
And he wins that tap down. Knowles couldn't win the footy. Rourke busting through there for Heathmont. Gets a kick in towards the forward pocket, but it dribbles out over the line, just inside the line, so not out on the full. We'll have a boundary throw in.
They really need Savoury to stand up and take a mark in this forward line.
They've had a lot of forward entries. What are they looking at, looking like, Grant Campbell?
It's 18-8 now, so Ringwood have had 6 of the last 9.
They've certainly had a good term as well. Can they manufacture something in the last minute or so here? It's deep in the Heathmont forward line. There's a lot of players around this football. There'll be a lot of desperate Ringwood backs and midfielders just trying to create any stoppage they can and run down the clock as Nana goes up and Power got the knockdown out towards the boundary line. But a quick shot on goal. I think this has come out of absolutely nowhere. Jono Knudsen, you little beauty. He slams it through. That's where we were just asked that Heathmont needed to snag one here, and Jono has done the job, Davo.
And if they actually want the ball to go back now, and I think the siren to go. That's what they want. They want the siren. I know you might want an extra minute, but go in on that goal. It brings it back to, 11 points or 12 points?
12 points.
Back to 2 goals, go in at half-time really pumped, and, they've been tremendous this quarter, Heathmont.
Got to love those stoppage goals. It's cross down boundary side to Tim Fitzsimons.
Yeah, Pat Bowden just placed himself here as a loose man defence. He's sitting about, probably 40 metres out on his own, just trying to get to half-time at this margin it is now.
So the ball comes out of centre. Ringwood trying to thrust forward here. Quick kick, nice
Nice.
ball done there by Brown. Mark almost taken in there by Spurrell. Bouncing footy. Hand pass comes out there in the direction of Knudsen. That of the Alistair variety. His kick up towards half-back line.
You'll take that every day of the week, won't you?
Colombo with a mark he wasn't expecting. The bowl comes out now here towards the centre square. All Heathmont there at the moment. Davis is one of them. Dummies the handball. Kicks in towards centre half forward in the direction of Savoury. But the mark taken there by Hendricks. And he's directly in front at centre half forward.
Got to move it quicker. He's too far out here. What is he doing?
So he decides to kick in short.
See?
And may have listened to the advice there of BWS as Rourke throws the footy down.
He's filthy about it too.
In frustration. And well, that will end the term. It finishes 8-10-58. Ringwood leading Heathmont by 2, 7-4-46 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Beautifully captured by Leroy Green there on the replay and the slow motion facial expressions as well. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on 98.1 Radio Eastern and streaming live around the globe today on afl.org.au. It's Division 3 preliminary final day, and of course a huge game out there between Baldwin and Blackburn. Ray Baird, boundary side.